What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. You currently join me sitting in my MK2 Fiesta and I'm in traffic, but hopefully it'll clear up soon. The reason we're on the road is because we're actually travelling across to Suffolk today, which is about a 2-hour drive for me, and we are going to be paying Newton Commercial a visit. Now, the reason why we're going over to Newton Commercial this morning is because they've just released a new product for Mk1 and Mk2 Fiestas. It's been in the production stage, or the development stage, should I say, for a few months, and they've just said it's now all completed, and I'm really excited to pay them a visit. So I'm going to make my way there now, and I'll explain a little bit more when I arrive. I've now arrived here at Newton Commercial and just having a bit of a guided tour around. It's so interesting. So here are where all the materials start. You've got leather and vinyl over there, and also some carpet which is stored at the back. Now, this is the single ply CNC machine. This is used for cutting single layers of leather and vinyl. Now, just behind there we've got the multi-ply CNC machine. Now, that cuts carpet and multiple layers of fabric. We're now by the multi-ply CNC machine, and it's going away, cutting out this carpet, which is really interesting. It's all put through the computer, as you can see there. Now, Amber, who's showing me around, was telling me that they used to hand cut everything, but now they've got these machines. It really limits the waste. So from here, the multiply machine, all the carpets and the material come across to this section where it all gets sorted out. Now, if they need stitching or sewing, they then come over here to be finished off. Sometimes around the edges need doing, etc. And then they come back over, sorted out, packed up and distributed out. We're just over by the high frequency welder. I've just been having a chat with one of the colleagues here, and this is their old school machine. They still do sun visors on this. Now, this template is for a certain type of sun visor, and it's made of brass, the inside, and what happens is you've got the foam and then 2 bits of vinyl, and what happens is it goes into this machine and gets almost welded together, and then they have to cut off the excess. And as you can see, these sun visors are currently being finished off. And around here they've got their other high frequency welding machine. Now, this is a newer model, but they do all sorts of things in this, such as seat covers and door cards. As you can see, this vinyl has been through. As you can see, it welds the pieces together. There's a bit of foam in the middle, but either side there's a piece of vinyl. They can do all sorts of templates, as you can see, sort of your diamond effect here, and yeah, it's really interesting. Another piece up here. We've now moved over to the panels section here at Newton Commercial, and what we've got here is a MGB door card. Now, they first start off with the hardboard backing. This is automotive hardboard, and this is made in-house. As you can see, they've got all the cutouts for the trim fixings, and also there is options for speakers, as you can see there. Now, these are either sewn or welded or just stitched around to make the door cards, but really interesting. You've got, on this one, you've got the piping, so you get the vinyl on first, then the piping gets sewn in, and then another layer of vinyl on top. Also over here they've got the quality check-in area. Basically every product that goes through the factory gets looked over to make sure there's no imperfections in it before it gets shipped out to customers. We've just come through to their stores section here, and as you can see, there's plenty of door cards waiting to go and be distributed out. As I say, they distribute out to pretty much most countries in the whole world. Just been talking, and they send stuff out to Australia and even New Zealand. We're just looking around some of the stores here, and as you can see, a set of mini door cards. Now, as we were at the welding machine earlier, that's what's made all of these lines in the door card, and there's also a chrome strip that's been welded on as well in red, which looks absolutely lovely. But it's really good to see the finished result. And as we turn it over, you can see that this one hasn't been stapled, it's actually been glued on. just another method. Just over here they've also got the seat covers, which they make in all different colours and materials. You've also got the gold brocade with the red vinyl, and yeah, really interesting to see all the different options that they create here for the Minis. They also supply the seat foam, so if you've got a frame then you can put the new seat foam on it and the seat covers, which is really great to see. We've just come up here in the stores and been shown around the Suffolk seats that they make here at Newton Commercial. This is all their own design, their frame, the foam and the material, the leather that goes around them. They also create bucket seats as well. As you can see, that's got their own frame, foam and material on top. There's some really nice ones here with the red piping around the outsides and the fabric in the middle with the holes that have been punched through it. Obviously that is the design, but they create that design in-house as well with a machine. We're now in a room where the seats get put together and made. So here is one of the frames that's currently being made up. As you can see, the different layers of foam that get added into it, and then the seat covers all get fitted. It's a very long process, but they also offer heating elements, as you can see just down there. We're watching how the seat covers are actually made now, and these have been fluted, as you can see, so they've all been sewn down the middle to create this ribbed effect on the seat. And this is basically where all the parts come to be put together to make the seat covers, and then they get put onto the seats. But really interesting, looking at all the different methods. And you've also got a base of a seat here with the piping around the edge as well. We've also just come across this Mini, which is missing its roof, but it's a perfect opportunity for them to showcase the products that they create here. And obviously there's quite a lot of Mini products that they create, but also this back seat has been made out of many original style materials. As you can see, I'm not 100% sure on every single different name, but this has got many different patterns, shades, and I think it's really cool and a nice way to showcase all the materials that are available. And also this has got their rear door cards and front door cards fitted, also the wheel arch covers as well. We've actually got a full car now in this MG Midget, and this belongs to their managing director. And as you can see, it's rocking the Suffolk seats, which we saw up in the stores earlier. And it's also featuring the door cards. Now, Richard and Vera Newton created and started the company on their dining room table whilst they were restitching someone's seat. And basically it's just turned into what it is today, which is a massive company that provides so many services. And this Mini was rebuilt with their grandchildren, and as you can see, it's got the biscuit colour door cards along with the seats. The seats have got this lovely green piping along the edge, and they've also got the green carpet. All of these products have been made in-house and gone through the steps that we've looked around today. We've actually just made our way out to the entrance of Newton Commercial, and we've stumbled across these two lovely tartan seats. Now, this one is the captain's chair for a VW, as you can see in the striking pink tartan, but this is actually a Suffolk seat, so this is their own seat which is fitted into a VW. Looks absolutely lovely. And then next to it you've got the VW T5 transporter seat, as you can see in the blue tartan. We've now come into the Newton Commercial's carpet moulding workshop, and we are going to be replacing my MK2 Fiesta's carpet. Now, they have recently finished creating a new MK2 and MK1 Fiesta carpet mould. It's really interesting. I've got Matt here helping me. We're going to have a look around the new carpet, which is just over there, and a little bit of the process. But for now, I'm just going to get the front seats removed, the little console or centre console that I've got in the front here, and the rear seats. I've just got to take off these bits of trims as well, so yeah, fairly simple to do. I'm going to get them all removed and then we can look at the new carpet. And just like that, the MK2 Fiesta is pretty empty apart from this one bit of underfill. I've removed the carpet and I've removed the underlay. So what I'm going to be doing now is fitting the new Ford Fiesta underfill, and we've also got some fitting instructions here. I'm going to just basically fit it with my lugs, because as you can see there's plenty of lugs that hold on the underfill and the carpet. But if your clips are missing, just like the MK2 Fiesta that they fitted the first carpet to, you can just use some spray adhesive. You can knock these over and you can just spray adhesive it on. It really doesn't matter. So all I'm going to do is go ahead now and I'm just going to cut little incisions in it so I can get it over these lugs, and then we'll have all of the pieces of the underlay fitted. We have now fitted the bulkhead underlay, and that went in quite smoothly. They've had to modify the design slightly just around the heater box, but they're going to get that sorted for when they get distributed out. But yeah, it's all fitted in nicely. A couple of little slots that I had to do on the pedal box as well, but as you can see, the new underlay is in. It should be fairly smooth sailing now. We've just got one big piece for the front and I believe another big piece for the back. Right, just going in with this other piece of underlay. Now this should fit nice and snug and actually butt up with the first piece that we just put in. All the underlay has now been fitted, and we've also got this rear section. Now the MK2 Fiestas and Mk1 Fiestas don't come with this from standard. This is something that Matt has designed up, and yeah, it fits snug as a bug. Really nice and tight, goes over where the handbrake sits, and there's also a cutout for the seat belts. So here's actually a first look at the new MK2 Fiesta carpet. Now as you can see, this is next to a old MK2 Fiesta carpet, which is actually from the car they were using to actually fabricate this new carpet from. So they designed it from that floor pan, which is the same obviously. Yeah, there's a few subtle differences, including this extra bit that goes onto the back seats, and you've also got a little bit extra carpet up the side of the sills, just because well, it's better to have too much than too little. So you've got a little bit of excess there that you might need to cut away. Also, you've got the heel pads or the heel mat as you would have standard, but this has been welded in with the high frequency welder like the ones that we saw in the workshop earlier today. Now the first step with fitting this is we've actually got to cut out where the gear stick goes. As you can see, there's a nice circle there, and this is just going to allow us to get the carpet over the gear stick, and then we can start to have a shuffle around and see how it's all fitting. So in half, and we're going to go handbrake first. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That fits so well. Yeah. Now the carpet's in, I've got to make a couple of little incisions, one at the back of the gear stick here and two at the front, just to let the carpet sit perfectly. This is literally moulded to the floor, so it fits snug as anything. We just need to make these small incisions for my type of centre console. I've just done the pieces of metal for the centre console. As you can see there, they're all through. I have just done the throttle pedal because that's got a stop on it, and just a tiny little bit taken out from where the steering column comes in. But we've got the main bit now, which is this seal bit. So I'm going to cut this down quite a bit. As you can see, I've just marked along there, just going below the rubber seal for the door, and I've just marked all the way along, so I'm just going to cut that down now. And there's plenty of excess here where the kick panels normally go, so I just marked it in a little bit of chalk. You can barely see it, but the kick panel basically comes up to there, so I'm just going to cut it down ever so slightly. Tell you what, it's pretty nerve-wracking doing this to a brand new carpet. I've now just completed trimming this side of the carpet. Now I'm going to be fitting these kick panels, which Newton Commercial have kindly made up for me today. Now it's not a spot on colour match, but they are looking to possibly put these into production very soon. So we're just going to get this fitted. Now with the carpet, or when the carpets are sold, you do also get 4 trim clips for your original kick panels. But these are lovely. Just fit them up here. As so. Wow, look at that. Snug as a bug. And then all we need to do now is bring our sill cover back in, and as you can see, it will just fit on something like that. Feels like we're on the home straight now. So we've done both of the sides, kick panels and the sill trim pieces are now in. All the front section's done. This middle section's done, and we're just finding the seatbelt holes again. So you've got a couple on the sill that you just have to find with the bradawl. You can roughly gauge where they are and then mark them out with a bit of chalk like we've done. As for these outer ones, you can actually go from underneath and it will just pop up and you can see it, just mark it out, and then we've just got to cut out some small circles for when the bolts go through. Right, this is looking so good now. Basically what we've done is the seat belts are now fully attached. You've got one hole for the seatbelt anchorage to sort of go through and then another bolt at the front. I've also done that to the passenger side, all completely done. The middle seatbelt buckles are now in as well, they're done up. So what we're going to do, most of the processes with the carpet and the underlay etc is working from front backwards. So we're going to fit the centre console, the little bit that the gear stick goes through, and then we're going to fit the front seats. Now a little tip for the front seats is we've made both of the holes for the rear 2 bolts on each side, and as you can see over here, a little bit of advice is if we put the seats in first, then that should give us a rough location of where the bolts need to go for the front seats. We just poke it through and make a small hole for them. That is the Fiesta's carpet all fitted now, and it looks amazing. I'll get some shots of it when I'm back home tomorrow. But just whilst we've got a bit of time left, just wanted to introduce Matt from Newton Commercial. And basically, Matt has been helping me out today, fitting the carpet. He's actually the person who developed this carpet and made it. I was just wondering, Matt, could you talk us through a little bit of the process of how you come to making a carpet like we fitted?
Yeah, sure. So how we get to this process is that we gauge interest of maybe a new product, in this case the Ford Fiesta, as you see, and once we gauge that we've got enough interest and we feel like it might be a worthwhile product, people are looking for it, we usually put a shout out on a forum or something. We find a car, we bring it into the workshop, we have a little play about with it, we take all the interior out and we make it like a little splash of the floor plan. So and then we take it away and do all what we need to do with it to make it so it fits into your car. And then we have a finished product, which is this mould here.
Yeah, this is some contraption.
yeah, it's quite a big mould. Yeah, so then we get our carpet and it just presses, and then as the finished product you see in Mitch's car, which is fitted very well today.
I was really interested to see this mould when I first come, and as you say, one bit of carpet goes in there, and then it gets pressed to what we've seen. Yeah, so a
flat bit of carpet goes in, and a shaped carpet of a Fiesta floor plan comes out. And that's how we get here to this finished product.
That's it. No, it's brilliant. And we were also talking about how the Fiesta has quite a lot of harsh sort of angles, like right angles. But in the design, you've absolutely nailed it, and you could not tell this one apart from a original one, I don't think.
It takes a lot of time and patience to be able to get the carpet to conform to the original floor plan. There's a lot of science behind it as well, and a lot of technicalities, but over the years of doing it, and then take some time to do it, we aim to have a product that is easy fit for the customer, and it looks great afterwards, with minimal trimming and stuff for the customer. It does take a little bit, this one, but the product you get at the end is really nice.
I'm certainly very, very happy. So thank you for your time today.
No worries.
And I'll certainly be promoting this new carpet.
Yeah, it'd be great. No, it's been great having you here.
Thank you. Right, so it is now the next day after I visited Newton Commercial. I drove back the 2-hour drive in the pouring rain, but it was so worth it. And I just wanted to show you guys the carpet because, well, it's in natural light now and you can really tell the quality and sort of gauge the final finish. The carpet looks right at home. I really don't think you could tell the difference between this and the original carpet. I'm really happy with how it's finished, and this is in their grey colour, but it's almost got like a bit of blue in it, which is exactly like my original carpet. The sill plates that I've got, these are actually grey, but I should have the blue ones. I swapped these out a couple of years back because my original ones were in quite bad condition, and I'm also going to be changing the colour of the kick panels to a shade of sort of grey/blue like the originals would have. But I've got to say, guys, I'm so impressed. If we just lift this passenger seat up, you can see it all moulds to the surface of the floor pan perfectly, even around here. And yeah, I just think this is a brilliant product and will certainly help a lot of people out. And the day was a real success. I had Matt helping me with the carpet. He was the bloke who actually designs the carpet and put it all through the stages to basically getting it out on the production line. And yeah, it was just brilliant. We made a couple of tiny alterations to the underlay, which he's just going to put through, and when people receive the underlay and carpets, then they will have them slight alterations made. But apart from that, it was really smooth sailing. The carpet itself just slots in, a couple of bits of trimming as you would have seen on the sills, and you've got to make the holes for the seat belts and seatbelt buckles. But apart from that, there's nothing else too unexpected, and I thought it was really easy to fit. And just moving away from the Mark II Fiesta carpet for a minute, I wanted to give a massive thank you to Amber, who showed me around Newton Commercial. They've got such a great operation going up there. They're keeping classics on the road by providing quality interior parts that have been handmade, and as you would have seen in the video, going all the way through the process from the vinyl, the carpet, the leather coming in to it actually being produced into a door card or a seat or like this moulded carpet. So yeah, it was a real eye-opener, and I enjoyed the tour around the workshop. I was talking to them, and they might even be bringing out a few other products for the Mark II Fiesta, so keep your eyes peeled. I would certainly love to do another trip up there, maybe in a 6 months to a year's time if they've got anything else coming out for the Fiesta range. But if you do like the look of the carpet, then I'm going to leave a link to their website in the description box below. I'm fairly sure it's available in a wide selection of colours, and yeah, as you can see, it is a brilliant fitted carpet. Huge thank you to Newton Commercial for having me. Everyone there that we spoke to was so friendly, and I am over the moon with my new carpet. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more. Thank you all for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.